Hello, my name is Benoit Baudouin. I'm the president of MadeLab, and in this video I will explain what is the big difference between the flow calculated with the Volucalc RT and the flow calculated with any other volumetric flow meter, including all volumetric flow algorithm programmed into SCADA system without exceptions. We installed a Volucalc on that lift station for demonstration for a customer. Pump 1 was not in operation, but pump 2 and 3 were. And what you see here, it's a graph that came from Volucalc and that we imported into Mermaid. The way that station works, when the start level, the lead level is reached, if it stays there for at least 5 seconds, then a pump would start. And when it will reach the stop level, and it stays there for at least 5 seconds, the pump will stop. The level at which the pump starts and stops depends directly on the actual flow rate coming in and the capacity of the pump because if the flow rate coming in is very high, in the 5 seconds it waits for the pump to start, it will reach a higher level when the pump will be starting. And when we analyze the level, and every steps that you see here and there are steps at which level was recorded. So as you can see in a standard slope this way, that means the flow rate in was probably quite constant. And when you see a break in the slope, it means that here it was quite a stable flow rate coming in, and then we have another one steeper. That means the flow rate was higher. When you see on the way down that you have a curve like this, that means the flow rate was probably very high and then went down. If we look at how flow is usually calculated using a volumetric method, when pumps are not in operation, and we know the exact volume of water between the start and stop level, then and we of course the time is 100% accurate. The average flow rate during that period of time is 100% accurate. So this value here can be trusted, and the same thing here. But when the pumps are running, we don't know what's coming in, we don't know what's going out. Most equipment will extrapolate the last calculated flow rate so that you have an idea right at the end of the pump cycle. And in SCADA system, those that are properly programmed, I would say, then you do at least an average of what you had before and what you had after to have an idea of what was going on in between. And that's exactly what you see here. That's what you see here. One thing is sure, when you see the length of time a pump is running, like these here, you can expect that it was probably quite a stable flow rate coming in, and because the pump run time was quite short. When the pump run time is longer, there's two possibilities. The pump was not operating properly, or the flow rate was higher than expected. That's probably the reason why the pump run time was a little bit longer. If the flow rate was higher than here, why is it at almost at the same level here? Because we did an average of before and after, and we assumed that was the flow rate coming in. So when we did the calculation, then we arrived with the conclusion, that must have been the pump capacity. And that's the kind of error we're doing here all the time. So we have my water level going up and down and up and down. I was saying here that must have been some kind of increase in flow rate, and here that's the same thing, and there was a decrease. Look at the way I just show you how things are calculated, and what you see in orange here, or in gray when I put my cursor on it, that's the actual flow rate calculated in real time by Volucalc. And with Volucalc, what you see in yellow here is the actual flow rate calculated by Volucalc, while this one was based on that curve here that was used to calculate the outflow, and it's more normal for a flow rate to stay quite stable. That's the case that's going on inside the sophisticated flow algorithm that you have in Volucalc. So if you're selecting your pumps based on peak flows, then here that's your peak flow, here 909, while the reality was more like 1,000 gallons more per minute. So would you under design your lift station because you don't use the best flow algorithm on the market? On the Volucalc instrument, there's an analog output, which is proportional to the calculated flow rate that you have here. And also the TCP/IP Modbus on the instrument can also transfer that information to your SCADA system. So at least what you will get is the real flow. So that concludes my presentation. I hope you like that. Thank you.